When did you first realise that you were transgender?
So I kind of always knew. I was always, growing up as a kid, I would play football. I was the tomboy child, if you would say. And then I kind of realised when I was about 7 or 8, I was going through puberty and I was like, this isn't okay, this isn't me. It feels a bit weird and I want to be a boy. And then once I learnt the terminology of transgender, I saw it in a documentary. And I didn't realise the label. It was just a boy who was transitioning into a boy, and I was like, that's me. That's how I feel. That is exactly how I feel. I didn't know there was a word for it. Yeah, I just started off with going through school, and when my friends asked, oh, why do you want to be a boy? I'd go, I'm actually transgender, and this is what it means. I didn't have a big celebration, just casual.
Similar kind of thing. At a very early age, I found that I was attracted to girls' clothing, and did wear it whenever I could. There wasn't really any knowledge of transgender then. It wasn't until I met my second wife and I started then to be able to go out and live the occasional day away as Hazel, that I started to feel that, you know, it was something really more than just an attraction to clothing. And over time I explored it through psychiatrists and counsellors, and came to the realisation that I really was transgender, and that I needed to go further.
How do people react around you?
It's been very good. I was really expecting a negative backlash, and I found that overwhelmingly people have been accepting and supportive, and it really shocked me, and I feel very lucky.
Wow. Yeah, mine's quite the opposite. Living in Guernsey, it was very, very small community, and not having any legislation to protect us. I was beaten a few times publicly by random people who I didn't know. I've had multiple police incidents where grown men, when I was 14, some grown men threatened to take my life from me, and they would stalk me, and a lot of public shame and physical abuse. Everyone around me was really against it. My parents weren't supportive of it. A lot of them were just uneducated, because not having legislation, there's no need to educate people on it. People would say they thought it was a phase, they thought it was just my parents trying to push me into something, although it was nothing of their choice. It was quite difficult, but now we're moving forwards. We've come so far, especially just locally on the island, but still a long way to go.
I've been very lucky. You know, I've had a couple of incidences where I've been deliberately misgendered, and a couple where I've had abuse shouted across the street at me. But there's never been any physical violence. Over the years, through Pride and television documentaries and things, people have realised that, you know, that transgender people are a real thing. My first marriage, everything got buried. I turned into a big hairy biker for years, and when I met Marilyn, I told her within 2 weeks that I wanted to dress, and she supported me. Then it was another 20 years nearly before I came out to my family, and that was quite nerve-wracking, because obviously I got children. You know, my son's nearly 40, my daughter's 41. There was a lot to lose by coming out, and the possible negative backlash. So I think it was very lucky that when I did come out, that I didn't get that.
So Marilyn's your biggest supporter then?
Marilyn she's been there 100%.
I'd say that mine would be my sister. She bought me my first binder, and she bought me my first shoes. She's really supportive in her own way, with minimal understanding. What would you say to people who don't feel like they can come out or don't feel they could be themselves?
If you can't do it alone, then you need to find people to help you. Until you come out of you're not your true self, and until you come out, you won't ever be happy.
Find a person, find a lifeline. If you don't want to come out publicly, come out to that person that you know is safe and will learn and will help you. Get them to use a preferred name and preferred pronouns, see how it makes you feel, explore that, and then build yourself up to the comfortable area where you can like spread and tell other people. There's no better feeling than being yourself.